What is going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of It's Nothing Personal, Just Buffalo. I am your host, JTM. Got my co-host in the building with me, as I like to call him, the NFL pedigree, former NFL running back James Mallory. The Bills absolutely just dominated the 49ers on Sunday Night
Yeah,
Football
they did.
in Buffalo. 35, 35 to 10, causing 5 turnovers in a sub 30-degree weather game, which now I believe they're like 10-2 in sub 30-degree weather games. Okay, so playing to their elements, total domination on both sides of the football. Now, obviously, there was a little slickness on the field. We'll talk about that a little bit, but we're gonna recap the game just a little bit tonight, and obviously, the big headline of the day: former All-Pro safety Micah Hyde returning to the Bills via the practice squad. So we have some comments from him, some comments from Sean McDermott we'll talk about. But basically tonight we're going to break down the show. Good show for you. Dalvin Cook had something to say about his little brother, James Cook, about the Bills. Pay the man for. We got to talk about that. Although I think we touched about it a couple weeks ago, but now we're going to bring it up again. And is anybody in the way of Bills quarterback Josh Allen for the MVP race? Now, right now, he's the odds-on favorite, so I think a 220 plus 225 rate odds to win, leading the way. But I want to talk about a bigger development. I think that is happening with this team. The relationship now between Josh Allen and Sean McDermott is leading the Bills' way. I think that's something that we have not talked about, and that's something I have not heard other people talk about. So I want to address that tonight. And now, of course, we'll break down Matt Milano's return and what we saw. But let's get straight to it. Bills 35, 49ers 10. As I like the Bills snowballed them, improved it to 10-2. Mallory, what did you think of the game?
Man, that was just pure domination. No excuses. Just come out there and ball. Think about it, man. They could have made a million excuses, JT, on why they didn't play their best game, right? And that's one thing I seen. Not from the 49ers themselves, right? But you look on social media, you look at Twitter, you look at Facebook, you look at all these social media outlets, right? And it's a lot of excuses. Well, they were slipping or whatever it may be, right? All they did, the Bills came through and just took care of business. Both lines, very physical, right? Yeah, they had some success in the running game, but at the end of the day, it didn't equate to points. Right, so that's the most important thing. The bend but don't break type of mindset. That was what was happening. I couldn't be more excited. For what's next for this team. 1 week at a time, I'm thinking. Right, so you get kind of a treat. You get the snowstorm. Now you get to take the flight out to LA and play in some good weather. Yeah. Right, it's almost like being rewarded.
Yep.
And but in regards to just all of this, man, they just took care of business. The running game was clicking. Josh Allen made plays. Everybody, when their number was called, they answered. And that's one thing that's exciting to me. Guys are capitalizing off their opportunity. And the next man or the everybody eats mentality, that was on full display on Sunday night.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, overall, just dominant game. I would say that the Bills almost had that game pretty much sold up going into the half. Something that we really haven't done too much this season is sold up a game at right going to half, but they did. They sold that one up pretty quickly. They caused 5 turnovers, and I don't think that this defense is getting enough credit. Over the last, I don't know if people realize, but over the last 5 games, this defense has caused 15 turnovers.
Wow, I didn't realize until you just said this, JT. We caused 5. We have 5 turnovers.
We have 5. Yeah.
Okay.
5 takeaways. So. Let me make sure I got that right. Let me just make sure. I'm almost positive I got that one right, but
okay.
Let me just.
Sometimes you get into the flow of the game, you don't even realize how many it actually is. So I'm not mad about it.
Yeah, I just make sure that I got that one right. I don't want to give out any false information, but I do believe they have 5 turnovers. But yeah, no. I thought just overall the defense played well. Obviously, I think there was a little bit of juice with Matt Milano coming back. And like I said, we're going to talk about him a little bit. Maybe they didn't cost 5 turnovers, so maybe I'm a little off on that one. but they had 2 turnovers. Sorry, not 5, but 2. Uh, I just think that overall the defense line is getting better, and you got Von Miller. You had Von Miller playing that closer role now, and we see that he's getting stronger as the season goes along. He's getting those pressures that we need. Not necessarily equating to the sacks that he had in the first half of the season, but the pressures are there. Still waiting for Ed Oliver to wake up. I think it'll come at some point. But once again, got to sing the praises of AJ Epinesa and Greg Rousseau.
Absolutely.
They're absolutely causing hell.
Yes. Yes. And think about it. That AJ sign did not looking too bad now for that number we got him at. I ain't gonna lie, JT. Remember, I was the one that's like, let him walk. Why are we signing him back for that? I am
Yeah,
that guy. I am.
yeah,
I'm happy we did. I'm happy we brought him back, man.
yeah. I mean, like I said, he's another one of those guys where you gave him the money and he's going out and he's playing for it. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, Greg Rousseau with another sack. If I'm not mistaken, Greg Rousseau he has 6.5 sacks on the season now. All right.
I'm not mad at that.
So, secondary, obviously covered the best they could. Everybody covered the best they could. Like I said, I was at that game. The footing was not. It was
Yeah.
not great for
Yeah.
anybody. Like you were moving on skates, but this defense is healthy. Another solid game for Taylor Rapp. Another solid game for DeMar Hamlin. But I will say this, okay? And with this Micah Hyde signing today, I think this is important to say. And I don't think people saw it on TV, but being at the game, DeMar Hamlin did blow a couple coverages. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe he blew the coverage to either the deep pass that didn't connect to Jawan Jennings or the pass that Ricky Pearsall fell on. And after that play, Teron Johnson was yelling at him. So now I'm not saying that's what caused his signing. I'm just saying maybe, just maybe, it played a part in it. Maybe it played a part in it.
Yeah. I
Then he
mean,
said, yeah, G.
1+1 =2.
No. Say like you had great seats, especially for lateral TV. Yeah, I actually had great seats. Went with a buddy of mine. I reluctantly did not want to go to the games. My rule is I don't go to games past November. I went. Just like I said. My friend didn't know about the city of Buffalo. I wanted to make sure he's prepared for this weather, so I did go. All right, but normally you will not see JT at winter games. Ray Cruz says, please address D-Will not playing anymore, knowing it was going to be a running back kind of game. Milano's getting his legs back, but still slow. Showed his run-stopping credentials. He excels on passing downs. And so we're going to talk about, actually, let's just go and hop right into the Milano thing. We're hopping at now.
Yes.
Phil D-Will would not be happy about this yank. And my man Sidney Watson, TC Price, stand up. Need to upgrade at the safety position off-season. 100%, but I think the upgrade is going to come from Cole Bishop.
Yes.
But we'll talk about that with Mike Hyde returning. But let's go and hop into Matt Milano's return. All right. So obviously we know that the Bills were juiced with him coming back. I don't know if you noticed, but on TV they did the defensive starters this week, not the offensive.
Because on TV they don't say who they announce.
Right.
We don't see that part on TV.
Right. They did the defensive starters, and Matt Milano was the last one to come out. So I want to say, obviously, there's a lot of questions. People say, well, yeah, he looks rusty. He looked a little bit slow at times. First of all, it's hard to judge in that weather, like you pointed out before.
Yeah.
But B, he ain't played football in over a year.
Yeah.
He ain't played football in over a year.
You in my opinion, man, it's so hard to judge it. I mean, people are being so unfair. If they judge him, I'm not judging him at all. Like, I'm not giving him any grade for this game. But that footing, and actually, for him to get back into a live action game, I think that was the perfect game. Go around there, fly around, no expectations. Just play ball, just go full speed, read and react, get into the feel of a game, right? I think he's going to fly around. I think he's going to make some plays on Sunday afternoon. I'm very excited about his return, man. In regards to Dorian Williams, I mean, you can't operate a professional football team worrying about another grown man feelings. If he isn't happy, you gotta let him. You don't want people like that in your locker room. I mean, you got an all pro coming back, right? Any professional athlete knows If you're filling in for an All Pro and that All Pro comes back, you take the back seat. You trust that the film you put on is going to give you an opportunity down the line somewhere. But at the end of the day, you know there's an All Pro coming back. You're not going to sit Milano for Dorian Williams. Like that's just not you don't you're not paying Milano for that. You paying Milano to come out there and be a leader on that defense. And I think he will prove that once he gets some games under his belt.
So I'll say this: being there live, I think he gives you a little bit of perspective sometime, right? So watching him, I thought the first half, yeah, there was definitely some rust, but I think the second half he really picked it up, and you started seeing the instincts kick in. There was one play where I believe the 49ers handed the ball off to Jordan Mason, and it was a huge cutback lane. You know the 49ers love cutback lanes.
Yes.
Huge cutback lane, and Milano flew over there, took his legs out, and actually that may have been the play that Jordan Mason got hurt on, because he's on injury reserve now.
What did he hurt? I seen he went on the IR. Do you know what he went for?
I don't know. I gotta check and see, but I don't know if
Yeah.
I remember. See, I don't remember if I saw him after that play in the game, but that was pure instincts. And I think I told you on the phone. That's a play that Milano's gonna make. I don't know if that was a play Dorian Williams would have made.
Yeah.
And
I can agree with
that right there is the difference of there. And like I said, as they say, there's levels to this. That's the different level of an all-pro linebacker reading and reacting to what he's saying. Dorian Williams has played extremely well, better than I would ever expected this season. I call him maybe the most knowledgeable football player on this team before the preseason. And maybe that's not true. Okay, I have to eat those words. But what Matt Milano is going to give you, and Cindy's right about the pass defense. Okay, wait, was it Cindy who said? Make sure I got a presentation right. Is it right? No, Ray Cruz. Ray Cruz said it. Right, you're 100% right. He got legs back, showing run stopping credentials, but he excels in passing downs. Between Terrell Bernard and Matt Milano, this is something that we have not seen pretty much healthy in the playoffs yet. Okay? That's going to give you probably the best linebacker tandem in the league as far as playing the pass.
Top three, definitely.
I mean, we really, when you think about the teams in the playoffs, okay, and you go through the AFC, there's no linebacking duo that's better against the pass. Not saying they're the best duo, period. That's not what I'm saying. Specifically, the pass.
Yeah.
The run game, okay, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. We've been bend but don't break against the run all season.
Yeah.
Okay? We know teams are going to get yardage on us running the football. We know they're going to move the ball down the field a little bit on us running the football. But when you get inside the 30-yard line, can you score?
And especially when you have two relatively undersized linebackers, right? If you look at it, they are more undersized linebackers than what you probably would look at as a prototype for a linebacker. They're not saying they can't ball. I don't care. I think that stuff is overrated, me personally. If you can ball, you can ball, right? But I think, you're going to lose some in the running game when it comes to that. Like, none of them are going to be Brandon Spikes in the running game. That dude literally just changed the whole. It's hard to run against a defense with him in the middle, right? But these guys aren't that, but they're a lot better than him, right, overall. So you got to lose something sometimes. I think one thing we do lose in a little bit is the running game. But they make plays, man. I wouldn't trade them for nothing.
No. And I'll also say this. I say this as well. Enjoy this time with Matt Milano. Enjoy these last couple weeks, because reality, when you look at the Bills cap space, and you guys know I look further down the line, not saying they're going to do it, because I don't think they personally are, but this could be it. Just saying.
Because he got another year or two after this, right?
He has another year.
Yeah.
They can free up a decent amount of cap space by moving on. Just saying, this could be it. And the reason it could be it is because Dorian Williams played well in his absence.
That's going to be a good topic for us, because I think I could see them extending Milano a year, right? Dude, Dorian Williams, I'm just throwing it out there. What you think we'd get for him if somebody wanted to trade for him?
I don't know. Maybe a late pick, maybe a 5th round pick.
Okay. Just
Maybe a
curious to see
fifth
what
round
you
pick.
thought
Maybe a
about
fifth
that.
round pick. I mean, it's just a thing that I wouldn't. If it was me, I would not extend Milano. Just
Yeah,
be
I
just
wouldn't
be
either. I'm just throwing it out there.
just because of the injury history and the age. So, like I said, it's just something that I wouldn't do. But Milano finished the game with 5 tackles. I know we're talking about Russ and him being ready for the playoffs, right? And everybody wants him to be 100% by the playoffs and ready to go. Well, let's think about it like this, right? We're 10-2. We have 5 full games left. So he just knocked down 1 full game, right? You only get 3 preseason games. So at the time of play in the reps, equivalent 1 whole game is almost equivalent to the amount of reps that he's going to play in the preseason game. Preseason period. Being a starter at his level.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay? So let's take this into effect too. Practices. How many practices a week? Did they have 5 practices probably?
Yeah.
And
You going for it.
four,
You going for
or
it.
4 practice in a walkthrough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So we have essentially, let's just assume we're gonna have a bye week. Okay. You got 5 full live games in 6 weeks with 4 practices a week. You talk about 24 practices and 5 live games. Come on, he'll be ready to go.
Yeah.
He'll be ready to go by the playoffs. That's almost midseason. That's midseason form right there.
And let's be real, JT. He's not stupid. He know the business. That dude is auditioning and showing like, yo, y'all keeping me for next year. Y'all not about to cut me. He's not stupid. He's seen how well Dorian Williams played. That guy is motivated, man. To show that he can be healthy. To show that he's still who he was. That guy has a lot of pride, man. I got a feeling he's motivated to come in there and show up and show out.
He strapped to put that brace on and play, did he? And he gonna play again this week. So, but no, that's just overall. I thought Milano played well. I like what I saw from him. I actually thought it was the perfect game for him with the weather the way it was. Both teams had to kind of be cautious of what they did on offense. You couldn't just do whatever you wanted. So I think that helped him tremendously. But overall, I give him a B just watching it live. I thought in the second half he picked it up more. So next topic. MVP. 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 As I said earlier in the show, Josh Allen is your front runner. From the odds in Vegas, and you know Vegas get a lot of things right. Plus 225 odds of winning the NFL MVP. And I know everybody talking about it, but there's always surprises. I got to ask you, is there anyone, meaning player, that could rip this away from Josh Allen? We saw Aaron Rodgers do it a couple years ago.
Yeah, I'm thinking Saquon Barkley. Right.
Okay.
I think you and I spoke about this on the phone. That's the only person I think right now that can really take it. I think Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry are out of the race because they've lost too many games, in my opinion. They are 5 losses already. I think that kind of disqualifies them the way Josh Allen and Saquon Barkley playing. I think you kind of take those 2 out of it. And some guy lingering in the back, I think, is Jared Goff. I think that 5 interception performance hurt him. I think that crushed him. But he's somebody lingering in the back. But I think it's a 2-man race at this point in time.
Let's just be honest, okay? The MVP race normally goes to the player that has excelled on the team that has won the most or closer to it. That's why I agree with you. Lamar Jackson is completely out of this thing, in my opinion. All right. I saw somebody post Jalen Hurts stats and Josh Allen stats, and they're very identical. They're extremely close. And someone wondered why Jalen Hurts' name was not an MVP race. And I'll say this: it's not because of Saquon Barkley. The same reason I think Lamar Jackson's name is not in this because of Derrick Henry. When it comes to MVP, only one person can win it. And if you have a teammate that's excelling just as well as you are, a lot of times that will hurt you in the MVP race. Unless it's a quarterback to a receiver, which they then deem that the receiver did well because of the quarterback. But when it's a running back, your odds are going to get hurt. And not for nothing, James Cook is becoming one of the league's best backs that nobody knows about until you play them. that nobody talks about ever.
Yep. I agree there. Now I look at it slightly different, right? I look at it like the impact you have on your team, right? In these situations. So if you look at Jalen Hurts, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody's going to say Jalen Hurts is the reason why they're winning,
Correct.
right? Nobody's going to say Jalen Hurts is the winner. He's a part of it, obviously, yes. He's not the reason, right? But if you look at Josh Allen, you said like if the Bills don't have that dude, they're in trouble. Like, like seriously, they probably think I don't even know who their backup is. They probably feel if our backup play, he can get us through some games. We know if Mitch Trubisky goes in, we in oh shit mode. And God forbid, I don't want to speak it up, we in old crap mode. But James Cook is a great back. Like he has over 700 yards already.
Headed to 1,000, right?
Yeah. Yep.
He missed he missed 1,000 last year, right?
No, he hit 1,000 last year.
He did hit 1,000.
Yeah, he hit 1,000. So last year he had 1,100.
That's right. That's right. He did.
Yeah, he had 1,100. Yeah. So, and this year he has 700 yards and 11 touchdowns. So James Cook is impactful, but he's not doing what Saquon Barkley's doing, right? Saquon Barkley got double the amount of yards he has right now. So, like you said, that has an impact, but I think it's more right now. What I really think, I think nobody feels the Eagles are winning mainly because of Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. And I just want to say this, right? Because we have some friends in the New York Giants, and Brian Dable and Joe Schroeder used to be here, that are probably going to be headed to the unemployment line sooner than later. And I just want to say that letting Saquon Barkley go to the Eagles will be equivalent to the Bills not paying James Cook, and obviously not the same situation, and letting him sign with, I don't know, the New York Jets or the Dolphins. And then let him come by and crucify you twice a season.
I would say I think it will be equivalent to the Dolphins, because if he went to the Dolphins, if James Cook was on the Dolphins right now, oh my goodness,
Yeah.
I don't even want to imagine that. I don't want to imagine that.
Exactly. So I'm just saying this. I would say the only person that has a chance to rip this from him was probably, I guess, I would say Saquon Barkley. And it's reason because, like I said, it's a lot of it is media driven, and the media is driving that the Eagles' success is because of Saquon Barkley. And the reason, and probably the reason is because when Jalen Hurts had AJ Brown and Devontae Smith out, that offense couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Okay. The Bills' offense went into this season with a bunch of guys that people said, I don't know how this is going to work.
Like nobody probably wanted Mac Hollins, and he's contributing in the passing game. Like seriously contributing in the passing game. Then you got a late round pick and Shakir. I mean, come on, man. You got dudes coming through.
Let me ask you this: if Saquon Barkley breaks the rushing record, is he MVP?
To me, yes. I think it'd be a crime not to give it to him if you break that record.
Even with, and I'm gonna say this because I thought about this. How much does he need to break the record by to get it? Because it's 17 games and not 16.
Yep, I think I don't even think it matters. I think if he breaks that record, dude, he and I'm a Bills fan, obviously. He break that record, man. He got to get the MVP. Like, come on, man. You can't break the NFL rushing record and not get MVP.
Makes sense. That makes sense. Let's see. We got some comments here. Cindy says she bought her son the James Cook jersey for Christmas. That's a very nice Christmas present. Ray Cruz says the Bills would barely be 500 without Josh Allen. If you switch Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts right now, what's the Buffalo Bills record in your opinion?
Ooh, I think it could be similar. The record would be similar, but it would look different. Because it'll be interesting to see how he deals with less than, so to say, right? Without Saquon Barkley, without Smith, without Brown, right? How would he adjust?
I think it'd be like 7-5. But now, if you put Josh Allen on the Eagles, they may not have a loss at this point.
Fair. That's
They
fair.
may. I'm just being honest. They may not have a loss on right now.
It's fair.
I'm not trying to be biased, but that's crazy. So So I would agree with you. The only person that I think would stand a chance to take this MVP from Josh Allen would be Saquon Barkley. Josh just has to finish strong. And I'll also say this, all right? Don't forget that this is a business. They're in the business of making money, and part of making money is marketing. Well, if you look at the marketing, if I asked you, could Lamar Jackson's market grow anymore? You'd probably say no. He already got MVP. He got the Madden cover, right? You can't grow that market anymore. You squeezed the juice out of it already, unless he won the Super Bowl. Saquon Barkley, can his market grow anymore? Yeah, marginal. You have not. Josh Allen's marketing value is not fully tapped yet. It's up there, but it's not fully tapped.
Yeah.
I just want you to think about this, right? Josh Allen, and if he wins his MVP and then eventually he wins the Super Bowl, he has the marketing value of a Dan Marino, of a John Elway, of a Jim Kelly.
He's going to be one of the most marketable. I think he'll be more marketable than Jim Kelly ever was.
Mainly because his personality.
Yeah, I think he'll be way more marketable. You know what scares me about this MVP? Because he's going to get a few in his career. That price tag, JT.
Yeah.
That price tag, we're going to have to pay. We have to pay. I'd rather be in that situation than where we was before Josh Allen. Listen, pay him.
Hey.
I'm good with it.
I'd rather have to pay Josh than have to pay Ryan Fitzpatrick and Tyrod Taylor.
Man, listen, we ain't arguing about that. Trust and believe.
So, and I say, and it doesn't hurt that he's married. He's just got engaged to a movie star. I'm just saying all this stuff plays a part in this. Just like the NFL is making money off Taylor Swift, and every time they show her, I know people always say, "Why are they showing her on camera?" Because it's money. It makes money.
Yeah.
Haley Allen, Steinfeld Allen, that may make money at some point. So just stay tuned. Just saying. So moving on. I want to talk about the relationship with Sean McDermott and Josh Allen. Obviously, we saw the pretty cool clip the other night of Sean McDermott asking Josh Allen to do Snow Angel and doing it with him, which I think caught a lot of people off guard. Seeing the head coach and the quarterback doing that stuff, not common. But I think it was fun. I think it was fun. I think it was funny. I thought it was energetic. And I think it showed a bond between those two that I would say after that report that report Tyler Dunn released a couple years ago, and then after the Dable exit and the Ken Dorsey firing, people were questioning that relationship. Even I would question, like, hey, what is that relationship like now? Is it icy? Is it good? Like, what is it? You know?
Yeah.
What did you see from that relationship that night? What did that show for you? And honestly, what do you think moving forward?
Trust. The big first thing that comes to my mind is trust, right? I look at a lot of different layers of this, right? Josh Allen probably, I'm just my wild guess, with a personality like maybe Diggs and some other people, right? They're pulling you, right? You got a Dable, you got a Diggs, right? Those are two guys with two strong personalities. They're pulling you. You a young quarterback. You leading this team. You're one of the leaders of this team. A franchise. You putting this franchise on your back, right? You hearing these two strong personalities on how it should look and should be. And then you got your head coach, right? So you got three very strong voices in your ear, right?
Right.
And it's almost like a struggle, right? So when you take those two strong ones out, it's probably like, can I trust it? Is this right? And then now it's just him and McDermott. And now what McDermott has been saying to him and what he's been wanting for a few years now, he's getting, and it's equaling wins, right? It's equaling success. And success can look a lot of different ways, right? There was times when we had Dable, we were very successful. We hoped that we can get to the Super Bowl, but we knew there were shortcomings with the play calling. We knew we wasn't running the ball efficiently. We knew that would come back and bite. Like, we knew these things, right? Yeah, we had a good record, but we knew there were shortcomings. We know McDermott wanted to run the ball more. We're running the ball more, right? Joe Brady's your OC. You're doing it the McDermott way, and it's working. So now it's trust. Like, oh, I see what you're saying. I got you. I think we've all been there with somebody who's maybe a boss or a leader or a coach, where at first you don't understand it and you kind of like wishy washy on it. But
Mm-hmm.
once you see it in this, you're like, ah, I got it. It's like the aha moment. I think
Yep.
that what may have happened with them. I'm just guessing. My opinion. I think that
Yeah.
may have happened with them, and this is where we are today with it.
All right. So the way I see it is this: there was a clique formed in Buffalo. Okay. And in that clique as was Brian Dable, who was the leader of the clique, Stephon Diggs, and actually I'll go back, actually I'll rewind. Brian Dable, Cole Beasley,
Yes.
Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, and Gabe Davis.
Yeah.
That was your clique. And what I mean by that is these were the guys that were spearheading the offense, and they were intent not they, because the players would do what they told, but you had an offensive coordinator that was going against what the head coach wanted to do. You had offensive coordinator Brian Dable, who was slowly letting cancer set in into your offensive room. So Brian Dable gets a head coaching job. Ken Dorsey comes in. So now Ken Dorsey is a part of the clique, but he's a different part of the clique. He's not the leader. The leader of the clique is Stephon Diggs. Okay? And you would think that the lieutenant of the clique is Josh Allen. It's not. It's Gabe Davis. Now Ken Dorsey is a part of the clique, but Ken Dorsey is a doormat. He's a guy that Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs are going to walk all over and tell him what to do. Okay? Well, what does Sean McDermott do? No one wants to listen to me. You're not doing what I say. From a defensive standpoint, a defensive coach, I'm telling you what's going to work against opposing teams. I'm tired of 3-and-outs. I'm tired of the quick possessions. I'm tired of either turning the ball over or taking back sacks within the other team, the opponent's side, to take us out of field goal range or take potential points off the board. So what do? I'm going to break up the clique. Boom. Ken Dorsey, you're the sacrificial lamb. Listen, you really didn't come into this on purpose. It's not your fault. But hey, just like the Mayans, when there's a famine, I'm going to kick you down the well. You're getting kicked down the fire pit. Okay? Sorry, you're the sacrifice. Now I got everybody's attention. Does anybody else want to get kicked down the fire pit to the depths of hell? And he's in hell with Cleveland. And Brian Dable's in hell with the Giants. Because everybody who's got kicked out the clique has been in hell. Gabe Davis is in hell with the Jaguars. Stephon Diggs is in hell in rehab. I'm just saying McDermott is just kicking everybody to the depths of hell.
Like I told you, JT, Houston
Yeah.
wasn't going to be what everybody thought. Even, unfortunately, he got injured.
Yeah.
But I had the feeling they was going to take a step back this year. I called it.
So my point is, Sean McDermott broke up the clique, piece by piece. Diggs and Davis gone same off season. Mind you, a matter of 6 months, all these dudes are gone. Last 3, out of here. Why? Because I said it last year. This is his way of taking back his team. Now, whether he wanted to take back his team because he was just simply sick of the bullshit that was going on, or he wanted to take back his team saying, listen, if I'm going to be on the hot seat and I'm going to lose my job, I'm going to lose my job doing it my way.
Yeah.
But now this has led to the awakening. Okay, Josh, your whole clique is gone. It's just you. We paid you, and I'm pretty sure there's a talk with Terry Pagula too, and Brandon Bean. You are not a leader. We're going to make you do that. You're going to do it my way. And the reason you're going to do it my way, and I'm bringing Joe Brady in, another William and Mary guy, who's going to listen to me and wants an opportunity to be a head coach in this league, and looks like he's going to get that fair sooner than later. It's going to be for your benefit. And like you said, Josh is now singing. You're singing. Oh, wow. Running the ball helps me. Running the ball keeps me healthy. Running
Yes.
the ball keeps my passing game easy. Wait a minute. Is this what he asked for when he had Devin Singletary and he had Zach Moss? He has to run the ball. You guys didn't want to listen to him. Well, damn. Maybe Brian Dable was wrong. Maybe Stephon Davis was wrong. Maybe Gabe Davis is wrong. Well, guess what? I'm 10-2, and everybody else is about to lose their jobs. Gabe Davis may not be in Jacksonville after this season. Stephon Diggs may not be in Houston after this season. Hell, Brian Dable may not be in New York after next week.
Well, I know Gabe Davis. I just gotta say, I've been keeping track of this, y'all. Almost every week. Matt Collins has been more productive than Gabe Davis this season statistically. I'm
That's
just saying.
before he got hurt, and that's before he got hurt. Even before he got hurt,
He only went on IR 2 weeks ago.
And so was
Yeah,
Keon Coleman. So just saying. So what I see from this relationship is I see a player and a coach who love each other now, and like you said, sometimes you don't see
Trust.
what the OG in the room is trying to tell you until it hits the fan.
I think we've all been there like, oh, I got it. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I see you.
Yeah. And I don't think, like I said, living in the moment, I don't think Josh, he was young. I don't think he was purposely doing that. I don't see Josh as the alienating type. Okay, or taking sides type. But these are the guys that he played with, and Josh is not your average quarterback. He doesn't have a quarterback mentality. He's a dude. He's another player. He's like a linebacker. He's like a receiver. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is now that this relationship is budding, now you see a relationship that's as close as Tom Brady and Bill Belichick before the falling out, before the end of the year. I'm talking about way back when. Okay?
Yeah.
You're seeing a relationship that's as close as Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid.
You know what I think it is? I don't want to, and I really believe it was this. I think the love was always there for them too. But I think the trust took everything to a whole nother level.
Yeah. There was things affecting the trust.
Absolutely.
It's like when you look at a couple in this relationship, and you hear all these old couples talking about, oh, in my day was easier to, we dated in 1960, 1950. It was easier to date because there were no outside influences. And now you're trying to date in 2024 and there's social media. There's always something in your DM, something coming at you, something pulling you apart. That's what that moment was here in Buffalo. That's what that clique was. And Sean McDermott dispersed of them, one by one, kicking them all into the depths of hell. And now him and Josh get all the food and all the water to drink and eat, all they want. There is no more famine. There's nothing but family. And it's working. And I think if they're going to get past the Chiefs, this is going to be the year to do it. Just because of this relationship and this bond. And don't let, like you said before, you said it multiple times, don't let these two get one together.
Yeah,
because then they're going to be multiple.
It's going to start rolling. They're going to start rolling them. And I'm telling you, with the league, better hope not happen. Josh get a Super Bowl, right? I think it could potentially happen this year. I'm feeling good. He get one. Don't let Josh take a pay cut. If he takes a pay cut, that's going. Listen, it's going to get gangster because that opens the door. I mean, that's almost a Tom Brady effect. If you take a pay cut and you can bring in more talent, it's going to get dangerous. And that's why I think a lot of people haven't duplicated what the Patriots have done, because Tom Brady gave them so much just flexibility. Like that flexibility is, I mean, you literally, by taking a pay cut, you can bring two good players in there that can help you win every year.
Yep.
Like, just say if he take, I'm just going to throw a round number out there. Just say an $8 million pay cut for each season, right? Go out there. You can go get two quality players each season from $4 million a season. That don't mean this. We're not talking stars. We're talking about foundational pieces that can help you win. You do that over a 3-year period. That's 2 players a year. That's 6 quality players right there in that locker room. That changes a lot, man.
Right. And if you do it the way New England did it, you draft one side of the ball heavy, and you pay the other side. That's the way you do it. So I just say I love seeing the relationship. I think the Snow Angels showed a different side of these two. And I said a couple years ago when that Tyler Dunn report came out, and I know McDermott apologized for some things that was in it. I said that was going to be the best thing that happened to Sean McDermott. Because I think he's been trying to be so locked in and just keeping his poker face that he didn't always show his personality. And I said, I know you know Coach. I know I met him multiple times. This is a very personable guy. Extremely personable man. Yeah. A guy who will adapt to his situation and adapt to those around him. Okay? And I said, that report may make him over an offseason look at himself and say, okay, because he is an analytical guy. He's not a guy that's going to just look at the rest of the world and point fingers. He's going to look at himself first. That's who he is. And say, okay, did I do this wrong? And maybe he did do a couple things wrong. And I said whatever he felt he did wrong, he was going to change and he was going to fix. And that's exactly what he's doing. So that report was the worst thing, that was the best and the worst thing you could do to him. You tried to smear a man who took this team from nothing, basically, to making them perennial Super Bowl contenders.
Yes.
Is that what we're doing? So I appreciate him for doing that report now, and I think you're seeing a whole different side of Sean McDermott. And we just said on the show a couple weeks ago, this is his first real coaching staff. This is the one that he's put together. He put two young kids in the booth, and Joe Brady and Bobby Babbage. Two young kids in the booth and say, hey, I'm Master Splinter. Come be my turtles. I'm going to put my arms around you. I'm going to show you guys the way.
And now we're talking about two guys that's going to be head coaches.
As 100%. 100%. And guess what? If they do, how many head coaches came from Sean McDermott tree? 3.
Yep.
That's pretty fast. Just saying. So, but yeah, I just want to talk about the relationship. I think it was something that people were not talking about too much. But sticking to this offensive side of the ball, Dalvin Cook said, tweeted, pay the man foer. And I know we talked about it a little bit a couple weeks ago. But I'm going to ask you now. James Cook had another stellar game. Obviously, he rushed for, let's see here, 14 carries for 107 yards with the 65-yard touchdown run with a TD. He had one catch for 13 yards. The guy is on his way to another 1,000-yard season. How imperative do you think it is to pay him now? And I know how people feel about paying running backs specifically. How important do you think it is?
I think it's important, but I don't think it's important as Terrell Bernard. I don't think it's important as Russo. So there's some that Benford.
Okay.
But all of them aren't going to get paid before them. They're not going to pay 3 defensive guys before they pay an offensive guy. It's just not going to happen, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the price tag got to be right. I'm not overpaying. I mean, I love James Cook, but you got to be careful with the price tag. But yeah, I think he deserves it. He definitely deserves it. I think you should visit that this offseason and try to get it done sooner rather than later. You know, maybe a 3-year extension. I don't know what that dollar amount. JT, you better in that area than I. I don't know what that number will probably be, but I'm not willing to overpay him. That's not it.
So I'll say this. Out of all those players, the only one I would consider paying before him, and I think you could pay them both this offseason, would be Christian Benford. It's the only one. The reason I say that is he's added just such a different element to your offense. With his big, and now his big playability, it's just a different element, and it's almost a nightmare to have to contend for him to hold the edges. Now you have to watch him more in the passing game, and he's scoring. If you give him the ball within the 5-yard line, he's scoring. Now,
yeah,
I would say you got to. I even say you may have to pay him over Benford immediately this offseason.
Makes sense.
Just because we've seen this running back, and I don't want to say that Zach Moss and Devin Singletary were normal backs. They were solid backs, and we saw how special they could be in other places. But this dude ain't normal. What he brings to the table with his speed, it's not normal. It's different. And you saw that. He's, like I said the other week, he's outrunning angles from safeties.
Yeah. Well, Dalvin Cook got to be careful because I think he played himself because of money. His career was never the same after he won it. He is holding out for some money. Am I correct?
Well, he got it though. He got it. Yeah, he held out, but I mean, maybe he knew the wheels were gonna fall off, and he needed that paycheck before he got in that Flintstone car. But he got it.
Didn't he hold out? Didn't he hold out
Yeah.
to redo a contract to get another extension?
I think so.
That's what I'm talking about.
So I just want to say this, right? And this is another reason I add to why I think you pay James Cook. First of all, he has 11 touchdowns this season. All right, 11 TDs. He has 3 runs over 20 yards, and he has 2 runs over 40 yards. But when you look at his stats, you would think that he's probably in the top 10 of carries. He's not. He ranks the 23rd running back with carries on the season.
Wow, that's special.
Kareem Hunt. I'm just gonna give you a look here. Kareem Hunt has 162 carries. Didn't start all season. Jordan
How many
Mason,
carries did James Cook got?
151 for 703 yards.
Doesn't include the pass game. How he can be effective.
That don't even include the pass game. Jordan Mason, San Francisco, 153 carries. Chase Brown, who has only been starting since Zach Moss got hurt, 152 carries. Saquon Barkley, 246 carries.
Ooh.
Almost 100 more carries on the season. Yes, exactly, recruits fresh legs. I'm comfortable with paying him at running back.
Absolutely.
Because of those stats. You're not overusing him. You're using him correctly. You're keeping him healthy.
What do you think that number look like, JT?
Oh, let me look. Let me look at the top page. Let's see here. So, I mean, you have to take into effect he already has an NFL running back, right? For a brother. If he's smart, he's gonna tell him to take a fair deal. But that's not how this thing works. Like I said, if he's smart, he tells him to take a fair deal. If I had to take a stab at this, let me just look up. I just want to see.
Sorry, this Buffalo weather is weathering right now, so it's...
Yeah. All right, so Christian McCaffrey's your highest paid back at $19 million. With his injury history right now, no one's gonna get that money now. Just say that money's gone off the table. So Jonathan Taylor at $14 million per year, Saquon Barkley at 12.6, which he's probably gonna end up maybe asking for a raise sooner than later. And I think Alvin Kamara just got another extension for 12.25. So if I had to guess, I'm thinking James Cook, 5-year deal, maybe even a 4-year deal for somewhere around 12, maybe 13 million per year. So 12, maybe 70 over 4 with like 45 to 50 guarantee is what I'm thinking.
Okay.
No, that's too much.
I don't know how I feel about that when it first
Wait a minute, that's too much. Wait a minute, hold on, I got my math off. Way too much money. I'm lost. Sorry, hold on. I'm sorry, that's wrong. Am I thinking 60 over 4? Hold on, let me make sure I got this right. Even 60 over 4. I'll say this. If the Bills wanted to try to make him the second highest paid back in NFL, they could if they wanted to.
Let me ask you this. You think he would take 10 a year?
No.
So you think somebody will pay him more now in the open market?
Yeah. What's my saying every year is, man, hey, there's stupid GMs everywhere you turn. And when stupid GMs able to do stuff, you pay Gabe Davis got 11.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, especially with the success of the free agent running backs this year, yeah, yeah, some running backs gonna get paid this offseason. Well, even though he's not a free agent, James Cook isn't. I'm just saying in general.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
So I'd say if you do about I say 13 million a year is what he's gonna ask for. I say 13 million a year. And I think the Bills could give it to him if they want to. They're going to have the money to give because, like I said, Von Miller's coming off. So I'd say probably still 60 over 4, which would be actually equal 15. But I think you'll see the guaranteed money is going to be the real kicker. Guaranteed money, I'd probably say about $40 million, $45 million guaranteed.
Okay.
So that's what I would say. But think about it. Tremaine Edmonds got almost $19 million from the Bears per year.
Yeah.
Gabe Davis got 11. So, like I said, there's idiots everywhere, especially when it comes to free agency. So, my only hope out of this is Dalvin doesn't get too involved. This is your little brother. He has an agent for a reason. He's going to get paid. Don't make the relationship weird.
Yeah, Dalvin,
Because
you already messed up a whole situation he had. You know, he already did that. So
Right. Don't make the situation weird. He has a good thing here in Buffalo. He has a good relationship with Buffalo. Don't mess it up. That's the only thing I say. Because we know family members can have the habit of doing that. He knows better. I mean, we know Dalvin, too, over the last couple of years. One thing we learned is he doesn't shut the hell up.
yeah, he's the complete opposite of James Cook.
Yeah. So just mind your damn business, bro. Stay on over there.
Yep.
All right. So, big story of the day. Micah Hyde returned to the Bills, signed to the Bills practice squad. Very interesting comments about this from Sean McDermott, saying he doesn't expect a lot from Micah. Micah saying, hey, I'm just happy to be here. I wanted to help this team win a championship, whether it was on or off the field.
So I think we know what that means.
What do you think it means, James? What do you think it means?
Couple layers to it for me. They're seeing something that they don't like, that they may need somebody that knows the system and address, that they feel they may need to tap into when it gets down to the get down. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think they may see something that they're like, let's get some insurance here. They're not bringing him in just for no reason, right?
Nah.
Think about when we brought Josh Norman in. Like, there was some things they wasn't seeing that they wasn't really liking.
Yeah.
So, they didn't bring him in for no reason. So, listen, these dudes don't bring people in just to bring them in. They're very strategic with their moves. And also, I can see Micah Hyde, after spending most of this year with his family, I think he's going to get into a role somewhere coaching or something like that. He'll be a part of the Bills some way, somehow, in the near future, off the field, coaching, front office, something like that. He's going to be involved.
Yeah. All right. So I know there was smoke. Clayton said in our chat, when there's smoke, there's fire. And there was a lot of smoke around Micah Hyde joining us. So something got out to somebody that spread quickly. Okay. I think he is returning to quote unquote help. Right? But I also agree with you. There's something for them, a reason for him to bring him back. You have Kareem Jackson in the practice squad.
Yep.
Okay? You know what that means?
I know.
It means love. That means love. We have a guy on the team that does this all the time. That means, with Micah Hyde coming back, if we're uncomfortable with you going into the playoffs, we're going to insert Micah Hyde on the active roster. He may not start.
They'll see him as a practice squad call up because he don't occupy a roster spot. You can use him as one of your call ups. Yeah.
And how you call him about 4 times in the regular season before you have to add to the active roster?
You got 4 call ups and it's unlimited in the playoffs.
How many weeks we got left? How many weeks got left, James?
5.
You ain't gonna call him up this week, are you? You're not gonna call him up next week either, because you gotta get him back in the groove, flow things, ramp up,
Guess
right?
what's gonna happen? You anticipate blowing out the Patriots one of those games. Guess who's gonna touch the field if you see a thing you don't like?
Micah Hyde.
Trust and believe me, Micah Hyde has been working out at least a month preparing for this.
He's been working out
He's
since
in
summer.
shape. Yeah, he's in
He's been working
shape.
out since summer. They said multiple times this season. They call him. He's still in shape. Okay. He's not here for, and there's no reason. And I do believe if DeMar Hamlin keeps his play up, the Mike got still on the sideline. He has no problem with it. He got no problem with it. Not an issue at all. But like you said, if there's an issue that they don't like, Micah Hyde will be playing. Period. So DeMar Hamlin better get together. I'm not saying he's playing bad. I think he's actually playing well. I think he's playing better than I would expect it. I think he's playing better than he did in the first half of the season.
Yeah.
But there's something there that they still don't trust. And I guarantee it's a lot of things that they're seeing on film that
Absolutely.
they don't like. That
Absolutely.
but what they're saying is it may not be equating to touchdowns. It may not be equating to first downs. It may not be equating to anything as far as yardage or plays on the field. But there may be bad positions that he's in that the quarterback didn't find. Because mind
Playoffs,
you,
those
again,
things are magnified and they're exposed.
and
That's what
you're
happens in the
playing
playoffs.
and you're playing good teams. You don't get away with those mistakes against certain
Understand
teams.
this, JT. You have NFL, right? In the NFL, you have guys, you have your scouts, right? Who they're literally preparing for the playoffs right now. They have a playoff game plan right now. They're literally studying these teams, only specific teams. Like there's scouts in the Bills front office right now who's only scouting the Ravens. They're only scouting the Steelers. They're only scouting Kansas City. So when you play them in the playoff game, okay, this is our rundown. This is the tendencies we've seen the last 6 weeks. This is what happened when we played them. You bring that together. Okay, this is how we're going to attack. This is what it is. So best believe teams are doing the same thing with the Bills. Okay, their weakness is going to be this is what we can attack. He's blown this, boom, boom, boom. Whenever they run this route concept, he doesn't usually pick it up. He's more susceptible to make a blow coverage if we run in this concept. Okay, let's attack this concept on third downs. They're going to break it down. I've been there, right? And McDermott is a very, very, very smart dude. He knows this, right? So these teams are studying, and they're going to be prepared to roll. You know, if you know, I got saying with all my guys, the team guys I coach, all frauds will be exposed. So if you are fraudulent, you will be exposed.
There's two games that we have coming up back to back. I believe we have the Rams and then we got Detroit, right?
Yes.
That right there is DeMar Hamlin's test. That is your
Teams
final.
throw the ball.
Exactly. That run very, very disguised offenses. Those two games, the Rams is your pop test, your pop quiz, I call it, and the Lions is your final exam. If you pass, you got your starting spot through the playoffs. Micah, sit back and drink some Gatorade. Maybe even put a hoodie on and coach Cole Bishop over there, who's going to be the one that's going to benefit from this move the most out of anybody at One Bills Drive. Okay?
Absolutely.
You got two games tomorrow. There's going to be two of the toughest games. You got Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, Kyrie Williams. You got Matt Stafford coming at you this week. And they don't get no easier. Jameson Williams, Armon St. Brown, Jared Goff, and Jameer Gibbs, and David Montgomery.
Yep.
You can't miss those tackles you've been missing. You can't take those bad angles you've been taking. You can't blow those coverage that you've been blowing that people really ain't been capitalized on. Or about time come week 18, you're going to be replaced.
Because we go the Rams, the Lions, Patriots. Who am I missing?
Jets.
Jets. Yeah, Jets.
And then Patriots again.
Yep.
Yep. And guess what? Those last two games, like you said, 4 call-ups. Those are going to be 2 games they get called up for.
Yes.
Very good games to get in shape. And then you get a bye week, possibly. Possibly we get a bye week. You got a whole third week after getting live action. I mean, DeMar's good regardless. He's done enough with the stat sheet this year that somebody's going to pay him some money. Whether it's fool's gold this offseason, I don't know, but someone's going to give him and rip him away.
He's going to get some money. He's going
to get some money because somebody going to want the great PR too. Probably if anybody gets him, it's probably the Browns. They probably got the worst PR of anybody in the NFL right now. They probably need him the most PR wise. Just saying, they need a couple of these out there. Need a couple of these. So, but. I don't think there's I don't think this is as downplayed as the Bills are trying to downplay or Micah Hyde. And we said all year he's always there as a just in case.
Yep.
Well, just in case just happened.
The Bills have a just in case guy every single season. Every single season we have a just in case guy. Every single season, and they're not there for no reason.
Nope. So there it is. Micah Hyde's back. 5 weeks, he said. 5 weeks left in the season, 4 potential call-ups. There you go. But moving on, man. Going back to Cali. The Rams are on deck. Big game for the Bills. We got LA, as you said. They played a horrible weather game here in Buffalo. You get to go check out the LA. LA treats Buffalo normally very well. What are you seeing from this game? Is it a must-win? What do you think the Bills should do? I mean, the Rams' offense at times can be higher power. You know, like I said, Puka Nacua, Matt Stafford, Kyrie Williams, Cooper Kupp.
I think it's going to be more difficult than what people think.
Yeah.
Right? I think these dudes are going to come to play. I think a lot of times people get caught up with looking at teams' records. And I look at the matchup, right? They got some dudes that can run around out there on offense. They can run the ball a little bit. Their offense is good, right? Their team is not bad. Like, they're not. So I think it could treat us well. I think we're going to have to run the ball. We're going to have to, win on, time and possession. And I think it'll be a little bit closer than what people think. But I think ultimately we're going to come out winning.
I think it'll be a solid game, but I kind of feel like I have this feeling that the Bills may win this game by double digits. And the reason I say that is I've watched the Rams over the last couple of weeks, possibly mainly because I have Cooper Kupp on my fantasy team. That's the only reason I watched it. Last couple of weeks. Their offensive line play, especially the tackle play, has been very suspect, and Matt Stafford can no longer move. And I think we saw when we played Joe Flacco what can kind of happen to a quarterback that cannot move on this team, this defense specifically. Now, mind you, if you give a quarterback, a veteran quarterback like that time, they can pick you apart. Like I said, I don't have to go to weapons again, but I will. Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, Kyrie Williams, and now you're adding Blake Corum to that. If the Rams turn this into a ball control game and run the football and actually run it well and turn it into play actions, and we know that they run all those motions and things like that to get receivers open, find the matchups, like mainly mesh concept and crossing the field. It could be a long game for Buffalo. But you said it best, I think, last week. This is the first time of the defensive back group that we have that you're not just trying to play zone and bend but don't break. You're letting these cornerbacks actually play football.
Yeah.
Or Sue Douglas and Teron Johnson.
Trust them.
So I would say that they're not going to take the Rams lightly. Because, I mean, this is a team that we played a couple years back, and they almost came back and beat us when they had Jared Goff.
Yeah.
And then we played them in Von Miller's first game in Buffalo, in L.A. And obviously, I think, too, we underestimate Josh going back home.
Yep, people do.
That's
and then also, Von Miller's going to be motivated, man.
Absolutely. The Bills know that they're trying to play for this number one seed in the bye week. That's why I don't think that there's going to be a letdown. I don't think that they're going to let the guard down at all off this season. If they do, the only game I can see the Bills really kind of let their guard down, I don't know if they're going to do it, is possibly one of the New England games. That's the only one I can say where they can have a moment.
No,
like,
you know the one I think it's going to be? It could not think, but it potentially could be. I think it could be that Jets game.
You know why? You know why I don't think it's the Jets? It's because out of all the teams in the AFC East now, those two teams hate each other the most.
That is very true. That is very true. That is very true. Yes. Yes.
That
Yes.
that matchup has turned into pure hate between those two teams.
Yes. You're right.
So I would say the Patriot could be the letdown game. And I'm not saying that they're going to lose, but I'm just saying that could be the game where they're not, it feels like they're not fully focused.
Yeah.
So, and two with the Rams, like they've been so up and down offensively. I don't know why. I still think they have one of the best offenses in the league. But I do think with their offense, and I was saying that they should trade Cooper Kupp at the trade deadline because him and Puka Nacua play the same role.
Yeah. Very similar players. Very similar.
Um, and there's only you got to pick and choose who you're going to motion and try to get the ball to. So I don't know. I just think that this game here, I think that the Bills are going to try to come out and really take care of business early in this one again. I don't think they're going to look ahead to the Detroit game, but the Detroit game is the one that scares me. That's the one that out of the rest of the schedule, that one scares me. I think that overall, Detroit is the best team in the NFL at this current moment.
I can't disagree with it, but I see some flaws there too when I watch them.
Oh
I
yeah,
see a lot of flaws there when I watch them. They may get us in the regular season, but if we see them in the Super Bowl, I think we tap that Heine.
yeah,
Multiple reasons. I think they show their youth at times, for sure. They have a
yeah.
crap load of talent. They show their youth. They show their youth. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. But this week, I'm going to jump ahead a little bit, JT. I'm going to give a prediction. 35-27 Bills.
Yeah.
No, hopefully win by double digits, but I think it'll be that.
So I think we go over 30 points again. I'm gonna say 31-20 or 31 to 20 Bills on this one. Like I said, I love that Rams offense, but the offensive line play has not been there this year. I love what the Rams are building on defense. Obviously, we're both Florida State guys. I love the combo of Jared Verse and Brayton Fisk and Brian Young and Kobe Turner. That defensive line, I think that defensive line is it's extremely good and extremely underrated. And I think that you're getting better in the secondary. But I see a lot of youth on that defense.
Yes.
And when you have youth and inexperience, they tend to make mistakes.
Absolutely.
And you cannot make mistakes with quarterbacks like Josh Allen. You cannot make mistakes with running backs like James Cook. So I would say this: I think that you're going to have a lot of mistakes from that possible defense, a lot of chunk plays, and I think that the fact that their offensive line and their tackle spot specifically is probably average at best. That's probably why they're going to struggle with Greg Rousseau and AJ Epinesa in this game. And hopefully we have an Ed Oliver. Because, Dawson Knox got off the milk carton. Dawson Knox is officially off the milk carton. We found him. He been playing. Hell, I even saw him pick up his paycheck on Tuesday. This week.
Actually, he's been playing so well. I would sit Kincaid another week. I'm like, get him all the way healthy, man. I would sit him another week, JT.
Yeah, you can. When you pay somebody $14 million, you better play. But just saying, kudos, hats off to Dawson Knox. He's officially off the milk carton. Get that man a round of applause for Dawson Knox. We found him. He's off the milk carton. He's no longer just picking up his paychecks on Wednesdays. He's earning those things. But now, Ed Oliver is now in the milk carton. Okay? Ed, we're in the milk carton. We're looking for you. Has anyone seen Ed Oliver? Black male, about 6'1", about 290 pounds. He's been missing since 2023. And we looking for them. If you see them, please call Jeremy and James at 1-800 nothing personal, just Buffalo. Now Ed Oliver is on the is on the milk carton. He was last seen wearing a blue jersey with number 91, and he had a duffel bag of money worth $17 million per season. So we looking for him. All right, we looking for him. So if you guys seen him, call us. Let us know. All right.
JT.
Just saying. I'm just saying, man. He's on the milk carton. He's on the milk carton, man. You know, I like to find him and get him back home safe. But yeah, no. Other than that, I think that's a pretty good prediction. Other than that, man, any final thoughts of the day?
No, I'm just excited about the Bills and what we're doing. Go out there, take care of business. Bills fans, enjoy it. You know, we doing our thing this season. The Bills are doing their thing, so enjoy it. I'm excited for this game this Sunday. Excuse me, 4:25, I believe, the kickoff.
I seen fans. They traveling again. They gonna take over the damn stadium again.
Yep,
Doing it again.
Bills Mafia, hold it down.
Take over his damn. Like I said, I went to one game the other day. I think I may go to the Bills Patriots game. I think my work schedule line where I can actually go to that game. Not the one in Buffalo, the one in New England. That's only about an hour and a half away from me. I think I may shoot to that one. I'm thinking if the Bills go to Super Bowl, I think I'm gonna try to go.
Man, what's happening? No, it's nothing, man. This is no.
Yeah. I got some real good friends down there. You know, I think we can go down to Super Bowl. I think it'll be well worth it. So
okay. I'm getting my mind to wondering. I damn sure hop on the flight.
Oh, you know, we got my man Chuck Thomas. I know he's Buck Flair. Opinion: who wins the NFC South, Atlanta or Tampa? You know what? I'm going to give that edge to Tampa. I don't know what the hell's going on with Atlanta, man.
Inconsistent. I'm going with Atlanta. I'm going with Raheem Morris.
No, I'm not going with Kirk Cousins. Right? I don't know what the hell going on with Kirk Cousins, man. He's not. It's something not right. I don't know what's going on.
I'm going to Atlanta.
Okay, I'm going Tampa. I'm gonna go Tampa, man. I'm gonna go Tampa. I like Raheem, but I wouldn't be surprised if Raheem like he want to pull Kirk and put Michael Penix in there. I'm just saying. Major Cole, Great Crew says, hey, why don't organizations offer us fans like a share like Green Bay? Because the NFL said that will never ever happen again.
Okay.
The NFL they said that would never ever happen again. So, Major Cole says, congratulations to our CCSU football team for winning the NEC. Yes, they did. Wait, so did you play with Major Cole?
No. Major was before me.
Did he play with Darren? Was Darren there?
No. Coach Edwards was not there. He was
before.
Okay. He was before Masella took over.
Okay.
Major was more before. Major did his thing out there, man. Salute.
And actually, CCSU got another kid from Buffalo. They said Ryan Lawrence.
Yep, and it's another one. It's another one I can't announce who's going to be signing with them too. This is going to be they're going to get a steal with this one.
Yeah, and you know what the thing is and I don't want to get too far off topic, but you know, great CCSU has been a very good Buffalo pipeline.
Listen, every single Buffalo player that has went there has balled out. Think about Major, right? You got Farad Muhammad, balled out. Yep. You know, so Corey Harge, balled out. Myself, Jesse Jesenowski. So listen, I can keep going. Like right now,
Pablo Cassell. James Cassell, yeah.
Then you go with then the quarterback. He's in the CFL now.
What's the name? Dogler.
6'6" kid.
Yep,
he's
from
St. Franny's. Yep. He's 6'6", the quarterback. Then we double back. We got right now Kamal Clark, starting safety. Yep. He got defensive player of the year, St. Francis High School, right here in Buffalo. Trains with Coach Taplin. Like our Buffalo, everybody that goes there, man, represents. So it's super, super encouraging.
Right. So we got one last question. It's kind of off topic, but we're gonna answer it. Opinions: Ohio State, Michigan flag ordeal. We've seen that a couple of times this week. Florida State, Ohio State, Michigan.
It's gonna happen. It is what it is. I think people. I mean, we don't want nobody fighting, but I
No.
mean that's been around for years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For
But
years.
But you know what? A few bad apples spoil for the bunch. You got to take it away, in my opinion, because when you have to start pepper spraying the air, first of all, it's hard trying to stop 80 kids on each team, and half these dudes are 6'6", 300 pounds. Okay, that's hard for anybody to stop a brawl like that. My thing is you have to stop it now because yeah, it's only gonna be fist thrown in college football, but if this trickles down to high school or possibly little league, this may not be fist thrown. This may be knives pulled and guns pulled and different things because you have less security and less control of those situations. Okay, so my thing is you got to stop it. Listen, if you win a game, you win a game. There's no reason to put your flag in the middle of the field. You put your stamp on the scoreboard.
I look at it
You
a
know,
little bit different. I understand what you're saying though. Makes sense.
it's this generation is different.
Yeah,
Everything
I
is
personally that wouldn't. I'm not about to go put a flag in somebody in the middle of the field. I'm going more talking stuff. I'm not. I ain't going to take a flag and go in the middle of the field and. Me personally, anybody that's ever played on a team with me know I'm a trash talker. I'm not. I'm about to be talking. I'm talking my smack. I'm not going to go get a flag. And, nah, forget
right.
that. Nah, we're not
And you know,
doing
and
that.
I agree with Chuck Thomas too about running on the field. Listen, if you're Appalachian State and you beat a Michigan and you beat them in Appalachian, yeah, right, I get that. If you are a program on, if you're in the SEC or a major college program and you win a game, you're supposed to win a game. You're Division One playing the SEC or the ACC or the Big Ten or the Big 12. You, if you're storming the field because you beat a rival that's ranked, that probably means you suck. And if you
Well, you gonna
suck,
storm the field regardless if you beat your rival.
not necessarily. If a number three beat number four, you don't storm the field. You don't. You never really see that. You only storm the field when you're not supposed to win that game.
Yeah, I don't think you take that away. You don't take. It's certain things you gotta leave college football. Leave college football. You can't keep messing with the product. In my
Yeah.
opinion, so if you take the flag away, okay, but the storm in the field stuff like, nah, you can't keep.
I just don't like certain. I don't like big programs doing it.
Yeah, you can't keep dropping water in the pot and calling it college
Yeah.
football. Eventually, you gonna mess it up. You gonna mess up the product.
Like the UB
Leave it
storm the
alone.
field when they beat Northern Illinois.
Yeah, wait. They were at Northern Illinois, right?
Okay, no, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
yeah, they were there. Yeah.
So,
Oh,
but
UB fans have stormed the field before now. Oh, they've stormed at UB.
oh
Oh, they have.
yeah, all 15,000. It
Oh man.
was easy to clear off. Just-
Oh, man.
Today's 50-50 raffle is $57.69.
I just don't get why
I'm
those
sorry.
fans don't why people
No, I'm
don't show up more for the UB games.
Yeah, I
I
know.
mean I do know why. I think I got my own personal opinion on it. It's when you don't keep enough guys in your own backyard. You know the interest from
Yeah.
the locals is
Yeah.
just not there.
Yeah. No. But nah, man, let's get off here. We go into college football. Hell, maybe we have to create a show about everything at some point. But yeah, no, everybody thank you for tuning in tonight. As
Thank you.
always, go Bills. I know people are going to be starting your Christmas shopping, and there's a lot of crazies out there. The weather's getting bad. Be careful driving. Be careful doing what you guys do. As always, like I said, thank you guys for tuning in. It's nothing personal, just Buffalo, and we will see you guys next week. Wait a minute. Yeah, next week. Yeah, next week. We should be good. So probably either I'm gonna try to do it for Tuesday. I know we were a day delayed this week because I was actually at that game and that cold took a lot out of me and traveling. But other than that, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you for all. Joe wouldn't be anything without you. Peace.